Well, U.S. taxpayers have numerous options for saving for retirement, whether working for an employer or if you're self-employed. Well, there are limitations on how much can be deposited each year, and there are rules on when distributions must begin. The rules, as always, can be very tricky, and Congress has modified them in recent years. Well, Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law joins us now for more on this. Always a pleasure, Roger. We talk about it being tricky, a lot of issues and what people need to steer clear of. So let's start with some of the basic rules involving required minimum distributions from retirement accounts.
Yeah, Suzanne, good to be with you. You can't hold your funds in a retirement account indefinitely. And in general, distributions have to come out of an IRA or a simple IRA or a SEP IRA or a retirement plan account when the account owner now reaches age 72. That used to be 70 and a half. Now it's 72, and that'll be 73 if age 72 is attained after 2022. And normally you have to have that required minimum distribution be made by the end of the year. But for those that turned 72 last year, that first RMD could have been made by April 1 of this year. And that rule applies to your IRAs and your 401ks and similar workplace retirement accounts.
So modified rules. So they mean obviously a lot for farmers and how they have to navigate this. And that age increase, I'm sure not many are happy about that.
Well, actually, they might be. It allows you to build up more funds in the retirement account if the market is good. So it can work in your favor, and particularly if you're going to have a longer retirement. Now, we don't know. We don't know whether this is good or not, because if you tell me, I often get asked the question, when should I start withdrawing funds from my retirement plan? And my response to that is, tell me when you're going to die. We just don't know. But while the rule as to the account owner having to start taking an RMD has been the year in which they reach 72, as I indicated, this is the change by Congress. Starting in this year, the required RMD has to begin for the year in which the account owner turns 73. And so that's a major change that's out there. And if you reach 72 in 2023, there is no RMD requirement for this year. Instead, your first one will be for 2024, because that's the first year for which you'll turn 73. And you have to take that distribution by April 1 of 2025. That's really the key point on the recent changes that people have to be aware of.
So, Roger, speak a little more to how one goes about calculating the RMD.
Yeah, there is a specific calculation procedure you go through. The IRS, fortunately, gives us a publication. It's publication 590, and that's accessible on their website in computing the RMD. And that contains tables, RMD tables, that are used to calculate the RMD. And depending on your situation, you can figure out which table that you should look at to use.
Always great information, and appreciate you being here, Roger. A lot of us sometimes I feel like my head is swirling a little bit, but some great information as always. Thanks for breaking it down for us. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. Very, very smart.